you is, you've said in the past that your Joker mask was inspired by the Brazilian carnival. What is it about this event that resonated with you enough to involve it in your DJ project here?
You mean the mask, right?
Yeah, was ARC, like, have anything specific with you? Kind of the techno scene and in the US?
I mean, I really love the festival.
Mm-hmm.
It's you have like so many cool stages. So last year I was playing the first time there. It was really cool. But like the Joker mask came like super randomly. It was just a joke to take this mask, you know.
Yeah. So let's dive into that a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like, what exactly brought you to bring the mask with the Brazilian carnival?
It's actually, I mean, my first gig ever in my life was in Brazil, and I'm coming from Germany, so it was kind of weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And,
that's what I was like wondering a little bit. Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking of the carnival in Rio, that everybody's like dressing up and stuff like this, and I was thinking there are like so many DJs outside, and I need to have something that people can remember, you know, not only the music, something like special, and that's why I was just like randomly was using the mask, and since then it's like, I don't know, it's like 50% of Boris, you know. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like
crazy.
you see that and everybody just knows, and you have it in your visuals and everything,
Yes.
so it just kind of like.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool.
And I feel that a lot with like the rave costumes, like everybody dressing up, so you're kind of doing your own dress up at every scene, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's great. I wanted to dive into that just a little bit. So you have so many rubber ducks on your Instagram, and you pass them out at your shows and everything, and I know a lot of your fans like are super into it, but we were looking into it, we're trying to find out like how and why you pass out the rubber ducks. So what is it? Like what's the deal with the rubber ducks?
It's like, how can I say, it's like the best things coming like this, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like when I started to go on tour, and then sometimes I was in a hotel room, and then on the bathtub there was like a rubber duck, like a random rubber duck, and I was thinking, hey, that's fun to give it to people, like just do my sign on it and give it away.
Mm-hmm.
And then like one day I was sitting at home, and I was thinking, fuck, there's no Joker rubber duck. So this was the idea to do like my own rubber duck, and it's crazy. I mean, people are standing with a big shield and name it like "Give Me the Duck" and something like this. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, it's like.
So it was like a part of like your tours that you brought to the fans, like a little sign that was kind of with you while you were like touring. You're like, I have to bring this to my fans.
It's like a positive goodie you can give to people back. So that's really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love the ducks. It's so cute. It's so high. So I know you have a pretty serious relationship with Ginger.
Yes.
I wanted to know, how did you meet your partner, Ginger?
Actually, I met her on Instagram.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Social media, like right now, technology is helping out so much with the love
but
scene.
it's not bad. I mean, you could meet someone on the street, but like nowadays you also can meet a lot of people on Instagram. So it was like super serious, and we were talking a lot on Instagram, and then we met one time, and it was like, okay, we like each other, and from there it started. Yeah, it was cool.
I love that so much because that inspires people to meet people online. I think we need a little bit more of that technology.
Not?
Like we're all like, oh, dating apps, but I think it's worth it.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, that's so awesome. Yeah. I love that. And I know you have her on some of your tracks right now. So how did bringing Ginger on your tracks come about, and how is working with her?
Actually, it was like, I don't know. I mean, when I go to the studio, I just do music how I feel, and sometimes we're gonna do it like this, that she's coming down to the studio, and she has like some phrases or some words in her mind that she just recorded, and then I keep it, and when I start a track and I think, okay, this phrase could fit, and then I just use it. So it's like, actually it's like totally randomly, but in the end it makes sense. So like we did this track "To the Moon and Back," which was really cool. And we have like a few more tracks, so I'm super happy that she's into it. And that's cool.
That's so amazing. I love that, how you guys can just like find something to put in your music in the moment. Like I think that's kind of how it has to come about, and then everyone, your fans, can feel your guys' like love in the music. That's beautiful.
No, that's really cool.
Okay, so your new track Vienna, I was listening to it, I was super into it, and one of the vocals was "Music is you, can you feel that?"
Yeah.
I wanted to know, did you have anything to say about that? Like, what did you mean by those words?
Actually, you have to ask the singer. I was just like I was like going through Instagram, and then I saw this person from Argentina, and she wrote to me, and then we were writing.
It's like the perfect collaboration.
Yeah, it was crazy because then I heard like one or two snippets from her when she was singing, and it was like super nice. And then I just asked her to make like a collaboration, and she was like super professional. Okay, let's do it. And then I sent her the track, and she was doing the vocals, and it was fitting perfectly. That's crazy.
That's what I'm picking up right now. Is like you kind of hear something in the moment, and then you're like, let's do it. Let's make the music.
It was like this. Yeah. And we did like the music video. She was coming from Argentina, especially for the music video. We did it in Vienna, of course. But she was super professional. Everything worked out like totally fine.
That's amazing. Yeah. Like, because you never know. Sometimes, like, gotta take chances with those things.
I know some other examples. Which is more, he's laughing. Which is more complicated.
I know, that might be a little truthful. Okay, so this is one that I really want to ask you about. So you've opened up about the incident that took place at Rammstein Air Show. I wanted to ask, how did making music help you get through that traumatic experience?
Actually, it's quite simple. I mean, when we had this accident with my family, I was like 6 years, so I was super young.
Yeah.
I just went like for the first class to school, and then this accident happened. So, and like if you are going to classes with super young people, like child, they cannot lie. You know, they're just telling you the truth, and so it was like super complicated because they told me, oh, you look like crazy or you look like shit. So it was like the moment for me to go inside myself and to be alone, so having like less friends, and then I needed something to like a person I can talk about, you know, and that was like the moment when I like started to make music, because it was somehow my doctor, so I could just sit there, make music, and could talk with the music and express my feelings. So that was the point actually when I came to music. I think otherwise, I didn't know if I could sit here now. You know? If this accident doesn't happen, you know.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
It's like it brought you to the music.
Yeah, it brought me there.
In the craziest way.
Yeah. It brought me there in a negative way, but in the end, everything was like changing to positive thing, and that's amazing.
It's wild how life does things like that sometimes.
That's life.
I can. Yeah, I feel like that is expressed in your music a lot. Kind of just like. You have to go with how things happen. So you're back in the States for a short run. How does it feel to return after a world tour this summer and be in the States for just like a quick little 3 days, quick little weekend?
I mean, you have to say, I was super happy that we have done the bus tour. It was super intense.
Yeah.
Everybody from our friends had a lot of fun. This time it's like super short, but I mean you have to imagine the world is like super big. You have so many countries you can travel and so many cities.
You're
you
a
can
popular
play.
guy. You gotta get around.
That's crazy, but I'm super happy that we have like this weekend with these 3 shows. It's kind of a rush.
But you're in like the 3 like biggest EDM cities in the US in 3 days, which I think is pretty epic.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
that's
pretty awesome.
I'm super happy to be here again because I really like this festival, and then tomorrow Miami and then Los Angeles. So yeah.
Which one are you the most excited for?
Actually, I mean this one is like really cool.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really cool. But on the other side, I always looking forward to LA because we're gonna play at the Grand Park, and it's like in the middle of the city, and actually I cannot imagine how it will be. So it's like I'm curious, you know. That's why. Yeah.
No, the West Coast has. I've heard the West Coast is its own simulation over there, so maybe you'll add to it a little bit in the park. Okay, so I want to ask, because you have a new album coming up. It's not out yet. Level 1.
Yeah.
Can we know any insider
gonna release is like super special because I think nowadays I'm at that point that like I know like 100% how to produce music, and if I have an idea I can like 100% put it into music. So that's why I'm gonna call this album Level 1, because it's like a mix of the whole Boris, of the whole storyline from the beginning. So you have like tracks which sounds like super old school, and you have tracks like Vienna which are sounding more like popular and with some collaborations with some artists. So it's like the whole spectrum, and we decided to make like 17 tracks, so it's like a big album, and yeah, it will be cool.
That is amazing. So this is kind of like everything coming together in one album in your whole career.
That's why Level 1. So we're gonna start from today, now on to, yeah.
That's amazing. That brings me to my last question here. Actually, in almost your 20 years of being in the scene, how has your music transformed over time?
Yeah, that's the point. That's because
this will show the whole transformation.
Yeah, because like when I started to produce music, there was like this genre minimal. It was like super big. Richie Hawtin was playing like with his label Minus a lot of minimal music, and I started with this, and then after a while I was getting a little bit bored about this, all this clinker clonker sounds, and then I was like changing a little bit. I was putting a little bit more trance music inside, and then I was creating my own genre, and so that's why I'm happy to like release the album Level 1, because this has like everything inside from all over the years.
And you would say you have created your own genre now?
Yeah.
At this point, it's minimal tech.
Like high-tech minimal, yeah.
High-tech minimal.
Yeah,
and it's all you, really.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that's what we can expect in Level 1.
Yes.
Full-blown, high-tech minimal, new genre. Well, thank you so much, Boris. This has been amazing. Those details were great. And this is Ashley Pally and Boris Brejcha with Exron Music. Thank you, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.